As the one anti-hero, Kevin David here. I'm just doing this profile on my Black Devious cooler build. This is the deck that I've been working on for a few months now. I first took it to ARG Philly Nats. I went 4-2-1, I believe. I know I went X2-1, and I drew the last round. And if I won the last round, I would have made top cut, but I didn't. So things happen. And then I changed a few cards. I don't remember exactly which cards, but then I took it to the New Hampshire Regional, and I went 5-2 and won my top 16 match and lost in top eight. So I top eighted there, and then I took it to ARG Springfield, Mass, and I went undefeated all day and won the whole tournament. Um, this is more, I guess, kind of a goodbye kind of thing because I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this deck. When Devious Master gets frozen, and some other cards are inevitably going to get frozen, but I figured I'd show my list off just to, I don't know, if, in case anybody was curious. I've been doing pretty well with it. I'm pretty happy with this build. There's not much I would change, but let me just go over it real quick. So obviously we have Devious Mastery Cooler. For the setups, I run 9 dead combat cards because I wanted to minimize dead draws in this deck because Broly is a thing, and yeah. So Smoothness, I think that's obvious. 2 Declaration, I think 2 is perfect. 2 VTP because I love that card. I just can't get enough of it. 2 Black Power Up. I always think about adding a third. I just can never find room, but 2 has been pretty solid for me. 2 Searching Technique. I think that's a perfect number. I wouldn't play anymore. Namek Dragon Ball 6 for the physical damage. I might cut this eventually, especially when the Earth Dragon Balls come out, so we'll see how that goes. Um, for events, I run 3 Foreshadowing. This will definitely come out when Devious is gone, even though I'm going to miss that 9 Endurance, but this has won me a good amount of games, especially against stall decks. 3 Black Command because obvious is obvious. 3 Stare Down, Time, 1 Tug of War. The only thing I was thinking about chasing is taking out this Tug of War and putting a third Chin Kick in because it's styled, but Tug of War has saved me on numerous accounts, so every time I think of taking it out, it pulls me back in. 2 Scout Maneuver to get rid of my opponent's Supernovas, my opponent's main key cards, so Unleashed, um, just stuff like that. For my attacks, I don't run that many. I run 18. By 3 defensive bursts, I feel like that's obvious. 2 Chin Kick, like I said, I would maybe bump that up to 3 eventually. 2 Dead Blow for the Anger mod, and yeah, the Banish Discard Pile removal, all that good stuff. 3 Sensor Choke, 2 Wall Breaker. Sometimes I wish this was Android Arm Breaker, but I feel like Wall Breaker is still pretty good to run since I don't have that much anti-anger. 3 Swirl, this is my MVP card. Everybody who plays me knows that in my play group that I just love this card. Um, it comes well with Stare Down, obviously, and Black Stop. 3 Supernova because why wouldn't you? It's a busted card. For my blocks, I run 3 Black Delay because with Broly run around, Cooler level 2 is just really prevalent. 3 Black Stop, like I said, combos well with Swirl. I just love it. 3 Delay, wow, not Delay, Finger Block, sorry, and 3 Knee Catch. I run, yeah, that's 12 physical blocks, which is a lot of blocks, but I think it's necessary. Sometimes they're dead cards, but you can always pitch it for the mastery. Um, Speaking of which, 3 Black Corruption because it's devious. So why wouldn't you? And especially comboing this with core level 1. This is sometimes I have to play the stall game where I just sit on level 1 because I'm wall breakered or I can't make it to level 2, and just cycling this with cooler level 1 has won me many games, and having 2 of these in hand with cooler level 1 and the Devious Mastery is super busted, and that's how I win a lot of Dragon Ball matchups. 3 Swipe, kind of the same for Dead Blow here. The discard power removal is very key, and 2 Endurance is always nice. And 1 Resistance just for the Endurance 3, and I feel 6 wasn't enough, and 7 was a prime number. Um, And worst case scenario, I can pitch it for my level 1 or my level 2 or just the Devious Mastery. So I never, regretted playing this many blocks. Like I said, the only thing I would think maybe I'd change is maybe adding a third chin kick instead of the tug of war, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Um, Going on next set, I'm not really sure how it's going to change. I know Foreshadowings will most likely come out. Um, I don't know what else. I've been doing a lot of thinking when it comes to that, and they just released a new black card that the rare, when it's discarded, you can banish it to make your opponent discard a card. So maybe I'll still keep with this deck, and I'm going to try a few other decks. It has really solid matchups, in my opinion, against everything currently right now. It can be aggressive when you want it to be, or really defensive, which is interesting. I know I only have 18 attacks, but those attacks, 95% of them. So basically, just the 2 death blows and 2 wall breakers. Everything else hits pretty hard. Um, Even the chin kick, just hitting it for doubling your anger is pretty solid. And Swirl is just my MVP. So this is the deck. I'm really proud of it, honestly. I don't know if it's so much different than a lot of other builds. The reason I don't run the Dragon Balls is because I feel I would dead draw them, because there's times where I dead draw only 9 of my dead cards. So, well, I guess Declaration isn't that much of a dead draw. So really 7. So I know if I ran the Dragon Balls, I'd have to run Dragon Radar and stuff like that. For sure, though, Dragon Ball 2, Namek Dragon Ball 2 is definitely a good addition. Some people run Namek Dragon Ball 7. I feel Namek Dragon Ball 4 is not necessary because of Supernova. So yeah, this is the build. If you guys have any questions, comments, anything like that, just let me know. I'm not sure what this deck is going to be next set, but I really enjoyed playing it, and I did relatively well with it, and I hope to improve on the next OP season. So, all right. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm out. Peace.